Alright, working on a pretty tight schedule because I have like approximately 10 minutes to get this video out or to record this video. Like, wait out light for it's currently 6:46 a.m. and they might be taking my light around 7 or before 7. And hi, good morning. It's nice to meet you again. Last time I recorded a video, it was about 27 things I'm grateful for. Um, and I stopped at number 6. So I want to see if I can speed run number 7 to number 27 in this video. That's number 12, but we can try. So yeah, I turned 27 on the 8th of January this year, and I had a convocation on the 22nd of January. That was cool. I think I'll talk about that in another video. But before I start yapping again, let's go into the content of today's video. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Imole Kelechi. And yeah, you get to know me more the more it goes. Also, today's 1st of February. I don't know when I'm going to be posting this, but happy new month whenever you see this. I'm really behind on my content calendar, but again, into the video. All right, so number 7 here is for the gift of Christ himself. Because where would I be without Jesus? Who would I be without my Lord and King? And of course, this is number 7, since 7 is my favorite number. Jesus, I'm grateful you came and died for me, and I hope to live this 27th year pleasing you. I'm a believer. I think that's not something that is going to be surprising to a lot of people, but yeah, and I strongly believe that the presence of Christ truly changed the entire history. Of course, I believe in the existence of God, and I believe that Jesus is God, fully man and fully God. And okay, this is the day to go into like um beliefs and why I think everybody should be a believer, apart from being a debater. But yeah, let's go to number 8. Number 8 is for BP debate, and especially the wordsmiths, the TWS. If you did expect this to be on the list, then obviously you don't know me well enough. Enough said. Number 9 for Aquaplanet Ministry, ACM, aka Star Chapel. My parents' church where I was raised and given a solid foundation. I am grateful for the gift of sound Christian parents and a church with sound doctrine. I think that most of my foundational principles or beliefs came from having a very solid ministry. My dad is a teacher, and when I say teacher, I mean like in reflections of he is a teacher. He taught math, physics, geography for more than 14 years in Niger State. I was born in Niger State, Mina. But apart from that, even in like ministerial gifts, we have apostles, evangelists, prophets. He's a teacher, and if I mean that says this thing a lot. Like I magnify my ministry. I don't think it's small. And since I think I have the teaching gift as well, I think I have a very, very high affinity to teachers. So I'm glad that I came up in such an environment under a teacher that, you know, really knew what I was doing. So let's not say more than that. Number 10 for Celebration Church International, CCI. I know I mentioned CCI under community, but as a church, oh my gosh, CCI is amazing. So I found community here and a place of expression. After NIFES is the Nigeria Fellowship of Evangelical Students, where I was a member for more than 5 years, still a member actually as an alumni, I was an associate as I call it. I didn't think I would find a church that would do me well after I left school. And CCA has just it's been great. So after my first, I thought it would be very difficult to find a church I can call family. But I found CCI, and special shout out to Ambience Unit at CCI Yaba, and specifically Shomolu Cell, because you guys are wonderful. I mean, I don't want to shop. I don't think I'm the model member of the unit, but my other members are great, man. And like if you know that like MEP, so those are familiar with CCI know that there's like meet and pray meet groups, map groups. I did not show up in my map group at all last year, which is very bad. I'll do better this year. But this is a large unit at CCI, but right, and I think it was last year as well, or no, 2024, that the idea of like cell groups within the unit came up. And Debbie's my cell, Deborah is my cell unit head. She's really great. She just has a YouTube channel, by the way, that you should look at. She's the treasury girl on YouTube and on social media in general. She's really good. She got an MBA last year, if I'm not wrong, and she's really brilliant. So I think that if you're curious about money and all of those things and how treasury works and how money works in general, you should be looking at that page. But she's a very amazing person. I think a lot of times your unit head or your lead make up how the team would be. And even though like I always show up on my on my cell group like weeks after conversations happened. It's just like really, really great. And then there's Odumolori in my in my unit as well. He's not a married man, but Odo is a really good friend of mine. It's just I've always been a fan. Okay, so I'm going to like give you small gist. I've always been a fan of small churches because I felt like small churches can hold you accountable. And not gonna lie, when I attended CCI, I felt like it was a place I could hide very well because like it was a big church. So and the thing with big churches is that a lot of times if you don't want anybody to know you, it's easier. It's way easier in a big church. Just go exactly for service. I even go late for service. I'll enter service after we finish praise and worship, finished testimony. I would enter just right before someone, leave right after the benediction. Like that's even for ambience unit and then sitting down sometimes nobody will know me in church. I remember the first year I said attendance, I said, yeah, but 2023, I don't think I had a single friend. Like I did not even bother. Like I did not bother doing membership class. I did not bother doing any of those things. I'm like, thank God is relatively big. Nobody's gonna know me. But like I refer to churches because it gives you a sense of community and accountability. That's one of the things I had when I first in Unilag. And I missed that year. I had a little bit of that at CCIPH because I was in CCIPH in 2022. I was serving in Bielsa. There was no CCI branch in Bielsa at the time. So I used to leave Bielsa to go to PH because I was starved for like real sound doctrine, and I didn't really find churches in Bielsa that would meet that need. So yes, I used to go nearly every week when I started to PH to go to church, then come back, and I enjoyed it because like it was great for me. And coming back to today I'm going to all that, but like I'm grateful for the fact that we have map groups within cell groups because even Shomolu map, I'm supposed to be in Shomolu map. Shomolu map is large. Truly, if I was going for the meetings, ideally like I think on the group chat like 100 and something for Shomolu map. And truly, for the meetings I attended, I used to show up for like 2024, we used to be like 20 something, 30 something, sometimes maybe 40, which is small enough and not bad. But there was also something very different about like being in your unit, ambience unit, and then having a cell group for that unit. So it's very cozy, very small. You feel very sane. It's safe to talk. I think it was one of like the most brilliant initiatives they had for 2024. So genuinely, I'm really grateful for that. And shout out to Debbie, shout out to Dumolo, shout out to every other member of my unit. Shout out to my unit head, Gogo Molaji. So yeah, you guys are amazing people. Number 11 here is for social media. So sometimes, to be very honest, I have a love-hate relationship with social media in general. But I can't deny that it has done me more good than otherwise. I've also met truly amazing people on social media, so I'm grateful for that. I call at Fauzan my mentor, quote unquote. X is like one of my favorite people on social media, and I wonder if Eric God did not do Beyond Convention last year and bring him. But if he didn't bring him and he was on social media to continue the conversation with him on, I probably never have met him. My favorite creator on social media is Flashy. I've met like a really amazing people on social media, and I've learned so much from being on social media as well. So like I think about it, I'm like, oh, it's definitely a plus. Yes, I do tend to oh my god, I have like 6 minutes left for this video. I do tend to like get distracted on social media a lot and spend more time than I intend on it. But that's why I'm creating because like if I'm creating, I'm consuming, then I feel like there's a balance there. Also, 1,000 has a podcast, the Train of Thought podcast. So if you've not seen that yet, you should go see it. And you should follow him on Instagram and on TikTok and every other place you see him. Train of Thought, go for that. So for books, number 12. Food might be my greatest pleasure in life, but books are a very close second. Books have my heart, especially old books and also fiction rules. I'll give you a keyboard. Number 13, for eyesight. I wanted to say good eyesight, but apparently I'm long-sighted, sensitive to light, and might have an issue in my left eye. So let's just say I'm grateful for passably good. Read it as perfectly good when you're reading this, or as you're listening, for passably good eyesight. Because how would I read aforementioned books or even appreciate the beauty of human nature without it? I'm very grateful for my eyes.